I'm back to do another look with my custom palette. I might do a couple of looks with this thing before I put it away because I feel like it would be kind of a shame not to. And I'm also trying a little bit of a different lighting setup. I really don't know how this is going to be until I try it a couple of times and like compare it to my older videos and see what I think of it. Hopefully it's okay. So for this look, I think I want to focus on these three green shades on the top and maybe like this yellow and do something like that. I wanted to do like a couple of simpler looks that don't use as many shades. I'm going to start with the shade Buzzkill. That's this one. On a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to put that in the crease. I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush with that same shade and I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to take this green shade. I think this was BAMBA. Let me see. Yeah. And I'm going to take a small shader brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk small eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to put this, I think I want to put this on the like the inner part of the lid and the outer part of the lid. And I'm going to take my small fluffy brush with that same shade. I'm just going to kind of blend and make this a little bit cleaner here around the edges. And again with the same brush, I'm going to go back into the previous shade Buzzkill. And I want to make this a little bit more intense and help blend the darker shade in with it. Okay, I'm using a small angled brush. This is a Morphe M160 with the dark green BAMBA. I'm going to get that as close as I can to the lash line because the previous brush, a lot of brushes do this for me where it leaves a gap at my lash line, and normally that's fine, that doesn't bother me, but when I take photos it's really obvious in the photos, so that's why I do this. And I'm just going to take a small, like a really tiny shader brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk Petite Smudge brush. And I take that same green, I'm going to try to intensify it because it's just kind of looking a little bit like sheer the way that I applied it before. Again with the same green shade and the same little angled brush, I'm going to go on the lower lash line here. This brush is a little bit small for this. I'm going to go back with this like little shader brush. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a Sigma E46. This is a small synthetic shader that's shaped kind of like a lip brush. You could just use a lip brush if you have one. And I'm going into the shade Olive You. And I'm going to use the same shade, but I'm going to switch to a different brush, a thicker eyeliner brush. This is a Sigma EO5. I could use this too, but I just like this one better for what I'm going to do. So I'm taking that same shade and I'm going to put that on like the lower part of the inner part of the lower lash line. I might take this to the inner corner too. So I could take that shade into the inner corner, but I'm not going to because I want to try using that yellow there. I don't know how that's gonna look. I kind of like it how it is, just for like a simple wearable look. And this makes it, putting the yellow there makes it maybe less wearable, but I'm gonna do that. So what I did, I stopped filming because my camera overheated. And then when I came back, the heater came on, so it was noisy, and you probably heard that in the last video that I uploaded. Anyway, what I did was I used this yellow shade with a fluffy brush, a small fluffy brush. This is a Sigma E47, and I put that on the inner corner, and then I just put some mascara on both my upper and lower lashes and lined my waterline with just a nude liner. And that's it. Kind of a simpler look compared to some of the other stuff that I do. Just maybe more wearable. It's probably a little dark for some people, depending on what your comfort level is and like what you're able to wear. But just hopefully it's something easier that you can follow.